Hello and welcome to a new Vanguard Zero video. This one's going to be a bit of a weird one, so bear with me. So today we're going to be looking at the Granblue event and also talking a little bit about tournament mode, but not much. So we're just going to be kind of talking about a lot. And you may be thinking, Asterisk. If this is the beginning of a new event and it only just dropped a little while ago, why aren't you doing the event fights and why aren't you opening packs? Isn't that your usual thing? Well, I already did the fights off screen, right? I was like, I'm gonna do all the fights off screen, I'm gonna save up some packs, and I'm gonna open them for the video. I'm already cringing. I managed to save up 15 packs by doing a bunch of Angel Feather character fights because I'm saving up for Angel Feathers anyway, kill two birds with one stone and the like, and I opened 15 packs. The video sucked though. I recorded myself opening the packs and talking about the event a bit, and the video sucked, and I'll tell you why the video sucked as we get into it further. But instead, because of that, because we've already opened the packs, and I am not spending even more gems just to redo the pack opening, I can't be bothered. Granblue isn't worth it. We're just gonna talk about the event because whatever. You already know what a pack opening video looks like. It's fine. Yeah. So also I blame Bushiroad for making these events happen at 3 AM in the UK. Be relevant and lose sleep, or get absolutely no views and upload it later. Thanks, Bushiroad. So instead we're going to talk about a bunch of different stuff. First of all, I guess I will talk you through my process of freestarring the fights, I guess. I'll show you the deck I used. It's really basic, really simple. I always say this. Basically, if you want to freestar the fights, you just don't even bother defending yourself. You pick any offensive clan that can keep pushing for high damage numbers, and then you 9-crit them. So right now, you'd probably want to be running Ezel against them, but if you don't have Ezel, then I'm using Shadows. And if you don't have Shadows, literally any deck that can push forward for damage, you can do those. Hell, you can Magical Blast to them if you really want to, but you just put 9 crits on any offensive deck. This is not even a good deck. You've got, like, you've got Phantom Blaster Dragon and you've got the main, but you've only got one copy of each. So this is very incomplete, but with 9 crits, I managed to do every single one of those fights first try, no problem. I got a bit of RNG because I did keep double critting him and doing 3 damage in one go. But that's the point. You don't want to beat him skillfully because those fights are unfair, Like, the easy ones are unfair in your favor, and the hard ones are unfair in their favor because they just have so much power. So you just 9-crit them, and then you keep redoing the fight until you eventually 9-crit them successfully and pull the triggers in the right order, and then you win. There's literally no strategy to it. Or at the very least, it's not even worth doing strategy because I beat all of the fights super easy first attempt with a 9-crit unfinished Shadow Pound deck. So it's not hard, you just gotta be patient. So that's how you do it. So that's the first question everyone will be asking is, how do you do it? That's how you do it. Should you spend gems and stamina to get more tickets? It depends. I spent a little bit of gems to do the Angel Feather fights so that I could get the tickets so that I could open packs day one. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it though. I mainly did that just because I'm building Angel Feather anyway, and so I wanted more Angel Feather crafting material, and so the tickets to do the Granblue stuff was just a bonus on top of that. So if you really, really want the Granblue stuff immediately, then go ahead, but also it's more smart to just play it normally, use up any stamina you do have, and get the login bonuses and stuff, and then maybe on the last 1 or 2 days, if you are seriously running out of cards and don't have any, then start spending your stamina. I wouldn't personally recommend spending your stamina, spending your gems even immediately. But again, do it how you want to do it, basically, right? Another thing is, you do get the perfect cards again in terms of the rewards and everything. I guess it's for people who started playing the game after the previous Granblue event happened, because if you played the first one, you have the perfect gods. But it's good that they give it to us anyway, because they turn into crafting material, and the crafting material is good. I've actually got quite a lot here. Exchange stuff, fairly basic, same stuff. It's the same stuff. I'm fairly certain this is the exact same stuff. I don't notice anything different here. And if there is anything different here, it's because I don't care about the My Room stuff enough. But we do get the gacha tickets. I'm very, very close to being able to buy one of those, so that's cool. In fact, while we're in that, I'm going to be talking about the tournament mode for a little bit. So the tournament mode has just released, and I'm going to be doing a proper video about that probably tomorrow, or just the first chance I get. So I'm not going to be fully covering it here, I'm just going to be talking about the V coupons. Basically, by doing the tournament mode, you get Vanguard coupons, and you can spend those on alternate artwork cards, like Weather Girl Milk and Wingle and stuff. The theme to a lot of them, not all of them, but to a lot of them, seems to be that they're anime accurate ones. So like this one is just the anime artwork, which is really cool actually. I think that version of Asura Kaiser actually looks cooler than the normal one, but like I remember this really retro Wingle here, like that one brings back memories, jeez. But hey, you wanted to know what happened to the rank reward Nightmare Doll Alice? Here she is. So that confirms she's never going to be a ranked reward then. They have just straight up skipped her. But I mean, at least they put in a way of getting her. So if you want her, go get that. Same goes for Star Call Trumpeter. So that's basically confirming that that's been skipped too. That's fine. I never had the biggest investment in either of those two cards, so I'm fine with them being skipped and put in the tournament thing. In fact, honestly, there's not all that much in here that I want in terms of the tournament mode stuff. It's mainly just, you know, the Q4 clans, and I don't really run any of those nowadays. I mean, the Silent Tom artwork looks really cool. I always preferred this version of Silent Tom over the normal one, so you know, I will pick these up, but I kind of wish there was at least some kind of option to just pick up gacha tickets or something like that, right? Just because none of these particularly interest me enough. Especially for something like tournament mode, where you'd assume that that'd be for the most dedicated players, so you'd want the rewards to be really cool. But like I said, nothing here really stands out to me. I kind of wish they did just offer, like, you know, just put Shamsiel there. Because I'm biased. Not even an alternate artwork one, just the normal artwork. Just give me something I actually want. But again, that's me being picky. So we're gonna take a look at the Granblue cards, the new ones, and I'll show you which ones I pulled. And that kind of thing, and then we'll leave it off. But before we do that, whilst we're talking about skipped stuff, like skipped Nightmare Doll Alice and skipped Star Call Trumpeter when it comes to the ranked reward and stuff, there's something that's been bothering me, and I wanted to wait until one of the events from this set happens to mention it. But Bushiroad put out their like calendar thing that they always do at the beginning of each month on their Twitter account, where they show all of the big stuff that's going to be happening in Vanguard Zero for that month. And as usual, we'll get into events, but usually we get a seasonal event and a clan event. This time we're just getting two clan events, Granblue, as you can tell, and a Spike Bros one. And I'm really excited for Spike Bros. I've been looking forward to getting jelly beans and everything for a while. Where's the seasonal event? Now, usually I wouldn't care all that much, because the seasonal events are nothing special. You know, you just roll the dice, go around the board, get some skins. Except this is the Rekka seasonal event. This is the flower one. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's like a flower-themed one that has like Rekka and Kamui skins for you to unlock. You can skip Nightmare Doll Alice. You can skip Star Call Trumpeter. You can skip and like combine sets like we did with set 2 and 3. I don't care about any of that stuff. I care a little bit, but not much. If you skip Rekka related content, that's a declaration of war, Bushiroad. That's a declaration of war. Okay, so let's look at the Granblue cards, and I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I made a big mistake, and that's because in the previous video, I opened my packs, and I looked at my cards, and everything, and I made a very embarrassing blunder, and no, I'm not uploading it, I'm embarrassed. Basically, I looked at this card and went, that's cool. It allows you to ride chain for a card called Skeleton Demon World Knight. And then I, shit you not, spent at least 2 or so minutes going through all of these cards and coming to the conclusion that Skeleton Demon World Knight did not exist. Because I just couldn't find it. I clicked on all of the cards that looked like skeletons. I was like, surely this one should be Skeleton Demon World Knight, because it's a grade 2 and it's a skeleton, right? You know? And I really like him. I like skeletons. Skeletons are cool. And I was like, I can't find him. And I just went through in the video for like 2 or so minutes, just going through almost every single card individually. Almost being the key word, because I didn't click on any of the cards I had already clicked on prior to that. You know what card I clicked on prior to that? And so, without even seeing it, I had surmised that this new set just had an incompleted ride chain. No, it has a fully complete ride chain. I just didn't notice. Because to be fair, he doesn't look like a skeleton. You can see where I was coming from there. And that's why you don't do these events at 3 AM, Bushiroad, because I am sleep deprived. And yes, I am actually recording this now at 4 AM, because I realized the previous recording was bad. But yeah, so, okay, what did I pull? I opened 15 packs of the new set. It's split into new and old sets, so you can either open the old cards or the new ones. I didn't take it too seriously or get too invested, mainly because I am missing Night Mist, because the Granblue event was the very first event in the game. And so I didn't know how they worked properly. I didn't take it seriously, you know, that stuff. I was like, it's fine. I'll just be able to pull the cards anyway. And then I didn't pull the cards because I didn't get Night Mist. And honestly, Granblue is my least favorite of the free event clans anyway. So I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, whatever. If I pull good cards, and I pull good cards. But at the end of the day, I don't realistically see myself running this deck, so it's fine. Although the new cards do look pretty cool. And so I opened 15 packs of the new stuff and was like, whatever I get, I get. And yeah, I got this guy. I got the non-SP version of this guy. I got 3 copies of this guy. And I got 1 copy of him. And 1 copy of him. So, you know, but the thing with Granblue is that Night Mist is the best card for this foreseeable future. You need him. And I don't have him. So, yeah. For anyone who's like, oh no, I didn't get to see your live reactions to the pack opening, I will simulate it. Cool. There we go. That was my... you know. So, yeah. Basically how this deck works, I guess, to just very quickly go through it. So, this guy's probably the one you want to be running as your starter, because you can... pick 1 card from the top 10 cards of your deck and put it in your drop zone. That's basically guaranteeing you the ability to put Night Mist in your drop zone, which you want, because you can superior call them from the drop zone. You can kind of see how that works. I mean, there is this card, but he doesn't seem quite as good, in my opinion. But, I mean, hey, if you really want him, I mean, he looks cool. I like the little tiny skeleton with a giant head. And then, this is the ride chain. So, you have him, you put him on, and then you can ride the grade 2 card. At the beginning of your ride phase, you can just automatically ride the grade 2 one from your drop zone, which, since Granblue is a deck that revolves around basically picking up your entire deck and just putting it in the drop zone, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And that grade 2 is this one. See, I learnt my lesson this time. And this one has basically the same effect, except for getting out your grade 3 one. And then this one can limit break, which gives you 5,000 damage, and you can also counterblast to call a card from the drop zone. And then this guy's pretty cool too, because he does the same thing. You counterblast to call a card from your drop zone, but the thing that makes this one different is that it does that during your battle phase, which basically turns this clan into Spike Bros. Effectively. You know, it just turns it into Spike Bros, isn't it? Because with Spike Bros, you're just trying to retire your units and get them back out during your battle phase so you can get as many attacks in. That's basically what this card is. This card's a Spike Bros. And I like the googly eyes on his scythe. Those are cool. Yeah, I really like the aesthetic to the new cards. Like, this one's a really cool looking one too. Like, you can tell this game couldn't decide, like, do we go the anime pirates? Or do we go with the abject horror and just traumatize our player base? And I guess judging from how G panned out, the anime pirates won out in the end. So yeah, that was a very quick look at the Granblue stuff. Yeah. And I'll be doing the tournament stuff a little later on. There's too much new content. I can't make videos about all of it. I still haven't even done my Angel Feather deck profile yet. Jesus Christ. And that was like one of the first things I wanted to do, but topical relevant stuff gets first priority, I guess. I can always do the Angel Feather deck profiles later, right? So, yeah, I'll see you later with some more Vanguard Zero videos. If you couldn't tell, I do a lot of these kinds of videos, except less disappointing in this one, because I actually open the packs on camera. And I'll see you later with some more Vanguard Zero videos. Make sure to like and subscribe if you liked or subscribed. Because usually the saying is like if you like. Well, you should subscribe if if this video made you subscribe. I don't know. That's an awful joke. Just ignore it. Oh god, 4 AM, am I right? Anyway, I'll see you later with some more Vanguard Zero video. And have a good day. Let me know what you pulled from the Granblue event pack so far.